if this was something that was done in orchestration with the White House, something that was done with the knowledge of the president in the sense that this was orchestrated by the White House, that could go to the issue of obstruction of justice.
To my knowledge, this is the first time in American history that the FBI and Justice Department have been weaponized through the actions of a political party.
Okay, so it's no surprise that Republicans and Democrats are split, but the memo has much wider implications. Its 3.5 pages accuse the FBI, a bedrock American institution, of political bias. And at the core of it all is Russia. It's meddling in the U.S. presidential election and the investigation into any ties to the Trump campaign. So the memo says that when the FBI applied for surveillance on the Trump campaign advisor Carter Page, it relied on the so-called Steele dossier, and that was misleading. According to Republicans, here's why. The dossier was once described by former FBI Top Gun James Comey as salacious and unverified. Christopher Steele himself had been an FBI source, but was let go for telling a media outlet about that relationship. The FBI failed to tell the judge about Steele's anti-Trump financial and ideological motivations. No mention, for instance, that Steele's work was funded by the Clinton campaign and the Democratic Party. And here's the capper. The FBI's former second-in-command testified his agency wouldn't have tried to get a warrant without the information in the Steele dossier. Of course, the FBI and the Democrats disagree with all of this. Not just that the memo misrepresents the evidence it points to, it also fails to mention, among other things, that Carter Page had been on the FBI's radar as early as 2013. There's a lot at stake in this political fight, including, as Lindsay Duncombe tells us, the future of some key players in the Russia investigation.
It seems Donald Trump sees the memo as proof of his much-tweeted accusations. FBI leadership is against him.
I think it's a disgrace what's happening in our country. And when you look at that, and you see that, and so many other things, what's going on, a lot of people should be ashamed of themselves, and much worse than that.
But where the president sees vindication, Democrats see deliberate deception. They accuse the Republican chair of the House Intelligence Committee of omitting facts, selectively choosing evidence and putting it all together in a way
that cherry picks information that doesn't tell the reader the whole of the application, and is, as the DOJ and FBI have said, deeply misleading and factually inaccurate.
The concern now, what will Trump do with the memo? Democrats say any move to fire the head of the Russia investigation, Robert Mueller, or his boss, Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, would create a constitutional crisis. Asked if he is likely to do so, Trump was coy.
You figure that one out.
The FBI opposed the memo's release. Some speculate Director Christopher Wray could resign over this. And there is concern this unprecedented political conflict could jeopardize future investigations.
One of the damaging parts of this is that would you share intelligence with the United States of America if you thought that in a very political way the Republicans, one party in the Congress, should decide, I'm going to distort the facts and put this out because it serves, I am a stooge for the President of the United States.
Do you want Rosenstein out?
The reaction to the memo.
The truth is, firing anyone associated with the Russia investigation right now could land Trump in even more trouble. But when that investigation is concluded, if his supporters don't like its conclusions, they now have a reason not to believe them. Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Washington.